Hello, my name's Harry. I live in Camden. I have done for 35 years. And I'm very lucky to have this incredible garden living in Camden. As you probably know, the market heaves with hundreds of people come every day. And I spend a lot of time looking out of my window into the garden thinking I've got to use it more. And so I felt, I've got to do something about it. I also have a bunch of friends that just constantly take the mickey out of me just because I'm not using it, and they're very jealous, and they say, you're mad not to. I really desperately need help with the garden, and hopefully to create an oasis at this end. It's north-facing, so as the sun comes over, I'd love somewhere to sit and read the papers in the morning, or just chill out in the evening with a drink or two. And with a couple of these incredibly rude friends of mine, who hopefully later this evening will be suitably surprised when they come round and find that it's been transformed. So please, gardener, I desperately need your help.
Well, Harry, we got your plea at Garden ER, and first of all, I've got to say, we love this garden.
Great.
It's fantastic. It's just wild. It's feral. It's like a jungle here. It's like North London jungle, but it's got a great character and a great feel. So what exactly is it you want from us?
What I was thinking was, it's north-facing, so it's a bit of a problem, but as the sun comes up with the roof in the morning, the ability to sit somewhere in it and read a paper.
So this is Sven, Nick and Adam.
Hi, guys.
Who's going to be overseeing this organic design. Yeah. What are you going to do for Harry?
Well, as you said, I'm really excited about this garden. It's just so refreshing to come to a garden and not have to reconstruct. I'm going to leave the leaves here. I'm going to leave all that's natural. I was thinking something on the lines of, going through a jungle, coming across an oasis, and so I was thinking of a pond here, something for toads and newts, and lots of wildlife, with a crossing of some kind,
yeah,
leading up to a type of a tea house, maybe slightly colonial-looking tea house, perhaps.
So we're going to let you get cracking. Harry and I are going to go inside. I'm going to see if maybe I can find a pith helmet to fit in with the atmosphere. On you go.
Fantastic.
Okay.
What's up?
If you guys can start on the tea house,
Sure.
I'll begin on the pond.
Today's designer is Adam Knopp. The patient is the tea plantation garden in Camden, North London. Adam's diagnosis is badly overgrown shrubbery in a north-facing garden. The treatment, to use the natural foliage to create a jungle feel and to build a pond and a tea house. Harry's garden has been badly neglected, but Adam plans to tame the existing foliage rather than cut it away altogether. Adam wants to create an oasis by introducing a pond with a crossing to a tea house where Harry can sit and read his morning papers. Adam plans to use sleepers as the retaining wall for the pond, so Nick is cutting them to size.
This is what we're building. He was going to put a little cat sitting on a post box as well, but I don't know about that. What do you reckon?
It's a real pleasure to be here in Harry's garden today. As a landscaper, you would expect us to come along here, totally reconstruct everything, put in big features, something really obvious, but it's sensitivity that we're after today. I want Harry to enjoy this garden. I want it to be somewhere for him to contemplate, to sit and relax and bring his friends down here. So once the lagoon is in, the tea house is in, I'm hoping that nature will take over and it will look like we've never even been here. I think that's pretty good for a guess. Keeping in the vein of conservation in this garden, we're using reclaimed railway sleepers to make the retaining walls to the pond that we're constructing. They're starting to get a bit scarce now. You'll probably find them for about 30 odd quid if you can get them. But the reason I'm using them mainly is because they're quite inconspicuous once we've planted around them. They're solid, they're hard wearing, they'll last forever. And in general, it's quite a very quick and easy way of constructing any kind of retaining bed or wall in the garden.
We're just putting together the shed that Adam ordered. The one problem is that it was too big to get through the house, so we had to cut it right down the middle and batten it back together again. I'm just hoping it's still all going to fit together nicely. Go on. Up she goes. Once we've got it all together, we've got to somehow make it look like a tea house. I don't even know what a tea house is or what they look like. I've just been reading the assembly instruction to this, and it says 2 people, 6 hours. Well, there's 2 of us, and we've got about 3 hours. Six hours. We'll have it done in an hour. It's like a little windy house. Let me out!
Okay.
All right, Adam. Tell me how I'm going to beautify it.
Beautify. I actually want you to uglify it.
Uglify it? I can do that.
It's too new. It's just horrible. We need to distress it.
Okay.
Now, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I want you to torch it first with a gas burner. Once you've done that,
sweet.
I want you to stain it, and
Okay.
once you've stained it, I want you to chuck soil at it and rub it all in and make it really dirty and horrible.
Tip of the day. When you go home and you've got really, really dirty hands and there's no small figure in the house, what you can do is get some washing up liquid, some sugar, mix all up, wash your hands as you would normally, and the grit and the sugar will take off everything. Even mechanics can use it.
I'm now ready to put the pond line down, but before I do that, I have to put down something to protect the pond liner from this concrete surface here. You can use a landscape fabric, a nice thick one. In this case, we're using soft sand. If you haven't got either, you can always use an old carpet, but soft sand is what we're going to use today, to a depth of a couple of inches at least, just to protect the liner. These windows here, they're just too traditional, too even, so I want you to
Smash them.
not smash them because Harry wants some watertight windows, but I'd like you to use some exterior ply and cut a shape out of them, just to make them a bit more...
What, like the Taj Mahal?
Yeah, a bit like that. Hello.
Oh, it's all changed up here already.
Wow, it's fantastic. Getting there.
Yes, this is
This is a
Pond.
newt sand pit at the moment.
gosh, those sleepers look
Yeah.
great, don't they?
So frogs can do hop, skip and a jump across.
Right, and the little gazebo-y doodah thing has gone up.
Yeah, there's a lot more detailing to do on that. It does look a bit fresh. Sven's got to distress the sides of it.
Right.
And also put some
How do we
window.
do that? Say, we don't like you! So what about this pond?
The pond.
What do you need for it? Is there anything we can get?
Yeah. I need some aquatic plants.
Okay. Is that about it? We'll just go get aquatic plants?
Yeah, just some marginals, nothing deep water. It's not a very deep pond, it's just for a few bits of pond
So
life.
what about how deep is it going to be? About
How deep?
about
It's
a foot?
yeah, about a foot or so.
Okay. Well, Harry and I can do that. I'm very thrilled about going out with you, Harry, because you look like a used car salesman in that coat. So we'll go out, do a few deals, get a few aquatic plants. Harry and I have come to Wildwood's Water Garden Specialists in Enfield, North London, and we're here to get the aquatic plants for your Newt Haven.
Fantastic.
This is Paul Mills, and Paul was the gentleman who kindly let us feed the fish and kept us amused for quite a while.
So-
While we were doing that, he sorted out some aquatic plants for us, is that right?
That's
We've got
right,
here.
These oxygenators, basically, they're all potted up. You just drop them in as they are. You haven't got to do nothing else. Nature will take over.
When we put them in the pond, do these little plastic
what you
holders stay on it or
What
not?
you actually do with these is obviously on a rack. You actually unscrew the pots. The pots have got gravel in. You just literally drop the pot in, and that's it. You haven't got to do nothing
Right,
else. It's all
so
planted.
we keep the plastic on it.
Yeah, leave the pots on it. Obviously, get rid of the strip and just put them in little clumps round the pond. They sink to the bottom.
Brilliant.
Sweet.
The tea house they put up earlier is brand new, but Adam wants to give it a weathered look. To do this, he's asked Sven to distress it with a flamethrower.
Right, who's nicked my lighter?
Nick is waterproofing the tea house roof with a layer of felt.
This is crazy. It's really cold in here, but I can't attach the side of the liner before the water has filled the pond. If I attach the sides, then fill the water, the liner will probably pull into the middle and rip all around the outside. So I need to make sure that the liner is well tight as it's filling, and I've got to keep on checking the sides to make sure it's nicely butted in the corners.
Adam,
Katrina!
we have a fine selection of aquatics. We have oxygenators.
Lovely.
Don't panic, we've got deep water aquatics, but about a foot's fine, because we've
Nice.
checked.
Yeah, and a nice bunch of marginals as well.
Okay, well, if you could put them somewhere safely at the moment, because I'm not ready for them.
Probably not up here.
Not up here, it's a bit
Coming
chaotic
on, look
at the
at the
moment.
shed. What do you
Shed's looking
think?
fantastic. Excellent.
What have you done? You look like you flambéed it. Did you
Torched it.
You torched,
Torched it, yeah, with a big flamethrower.
Stick. But you're staining as well.
We are, yeah, just to cover it. It's not done the trick all over, so yeah.
Okay.
One tip, paint it up and down.
To conserve water.
Right.
So every flush you just use slightly less water.
Sorry
Oh,
to interrupt
sorry.
you guys.
Yeah.
Whilst you're having your cup of tea, but I need this stone trough that you're sitting on.
Oh, really?
I do,
right.
I
And
do.
what are you doing with the stone trough?
I'm going to have a floating island of green in the pond.
Oh, fantastic.
What a brilliant idea. And is this going to be easy to lift?
It's going to be really difficult, but I'll give it a go. How strong are you feeling?
I'm not feeling strong at all, but I'm looking forward to seeing you boys lift it.
Lovely.
Right, well, we'll move out the way then.
Nice one. Perfect.
It's a beauty.
It's a beauty. Don't worry about the water when I'm putting in, we'll like it.
Sven,
frame for the window to make it look just like a tea house, supposedly.
Now comes the fun part. We need to make this pond look really established. Nick's planting some mind your own business, and the idea behind this is that we get a floating island of green through here, which will eventually smother this rock a little bit. Really calm, really tranquil looking. You can't just have these kind of plants in the pond. The pond won't thrive, it won't survive. It's a whole ecological system, so we have to put in a few oxygenating plants here.
And here?
Just throw in a handful. That should keep the water nice and healthy. Just for some flower as well, we've got some deep water aquatics. We've got some lilies. But no pond would look quite right without a few rushes here.
Adam, I'll tell you something we have forgotten.
Yeah, what's that?
That's one of these toad hoppers, so the toads can get out, so they don't drown in the pond.
Good point. Can you knock one up?
I will do. Oh, look at this. I'll use this instead. Looks perfect. I'll take all that off first. That'll be fine. Oh, yes. This is for my fog saver, fog hopper, as I call it. So the frogs and the toads can climb out of the water so they don't drown. Not in the pond, anyway.
Nick, can you just sink these aponigetum just over there in that corner, please?
Yep.
Make sure that the leaves are just floating on the top there.
Okay.
Okay. There's another few more over here as well.
Okay.
Whilst you do that, I'll just put in this juncus over here. What I want to do with this lovely rush is sink it so that from a distance, as Harry's walking through, he just gets a glimpse of the water and these rushes coming through. Just sink it there. I think that will look nice. It will also break up the slabs a bit as well. They're a bit in your face at the moment. What else have we got? Just in this corner, I thought it might be nice if Harry, when he walks through the garden, could see a bit of colour. I'm putting in these water irises, Iris pseudochorus, but when you're planting these, just be careful when you read the label of all water plants, because not all of them like it deep. These ones just want to sit just below the water line. So I'll just use this brick for it to sit on. Just to hide the liner that I'm cutting, I put a fascia board on the front of it. I've tucked the liner just about 3 inches above the water so that if it rains, it fills up a little bit, the pond won't overflow. And once this is off, I'll put in the final touches. And now the pond is finally finished. There's just one more thing to do. Just to get the pond going, a little bit of pond life that I've collected from a local pond, full of good organisms and microbes.
Just down here we've got one of the finishing touches in the garden. It's basically there to create the morning mist rising up from the pond. It's a little machine that's got 2 ceramic discs that vibrate really quickly together and create this wonderful steam effect. The only problem is the discs are incredibly hard to get hold of and they only last for about 3 months. Also, it's not made to stay outside permanently, so it's there for parties and special occasions. I think it looks absolutely wicked.
This is what Harry's garden looked like before the Garden ER team came to the rescue. And this is what it's like now. But I wonder what Harry and his guests will think of it.
Wow, look at this. Incredible. It's unbelievable.
Wonderful.
Isn't it amazing? This is this incredible, looks like a fog mist machine.
Michael Jackson's smoke.
Ah, brilliant. That's,
Wonderful.
yeah, come across. God. Oh, excellent. This must be a toady froggy ramp thing for them to get out of their pool.
Absolutely bizarre.
Come in. Do. Please come into my hut.
Hello, everyone.
Oh my goodness.
You are hiding behind the shed. We're not part of the garden. We are from Garden ER, and we came to sort out this little particular part of Harry's garden because apparently friends of his, I wonder who, have been complaining that he doesn't use it and that he makes no use of his garden.
And I think the words were look like.
What's he going to do with this?
Well, we're going to have cocktail parties on a regular basis in replace of the cat litter that was here before.
It's an area of contemplation. We have not disturbed the natural ecology of the garden. We're still keeping that jungle feel. As the years progress, you will have to sort of get into that Indiana Jones mode to be able to get through and across. This is going to be a complete haven for wildlife.
What's this bubbling thing?
This is a kind of like a potion mixer thing. It's
Sven, you know exactly what this is, don't you? The smoky thing.
It's a little smoke machine. No, it's a steam machine.
It's to give you the illusion of mist. This still looks reasonably new. We've tried to weather it. In the next year or two, this garden will come into its essence within the next couple of years. This will be smothered in ivy. It'll be even more of a hidden oasis than it is at the moment. At the moment, it still looks a bit fresh, but in time, it's going to weather really beautifully. Everything, all the plants will establish. It'll be even more wild than it is now.
Great.
So I think this is the sort of garden that I'd love to come back next year and have a
Definitely.
look
Well, I could have attracted a crocodile or two by then. Who knows? Big
Well, here's
game.
to it.
Big game.
Cheers
Well,
again.
thanks a bunch.
Your health.
Really, thank you very much, guys.
We'll be back soon with another transformation on Garden ER. Always remember, when you're using power tools, do follow the recommended safety instructions.